tremendous looking trophy.
Welcome to Platinum Explosion, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Dylan Blight. Joining me, Ashley Hobley.
Hey, John. Excited to be here this week for this podcast.
This podcast is correct. So,
yeah,
we have one mission today.
Post-PAX podcast.
Post-PAX podcast. We're not talking about PAX at all. This week, we have one mission only. The show is going to be one entire topic, and it's going to be the sole focus of the entire show, which is creating a short list and maybe the top 25 total games of the decade. We'll see how we go. But anyway, we're going to be creating a short list of the top 25 PlayStation, I should clarify, top 25 PlayStation games of the decade. Now, to make this podcast...
So to qualify...
Yes.
They had to have released on a PlayStation console.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not PlayStation exclusive.
No.
It's just something that released on a PlayStation.
So, whatever released on PS3 and then PS4 the last couple of years. From 2010 to 2019.
What about Vita? No.
I mean, I could open it, but let's be honest. I highly doubt any of those games are going to end up on it. You would have had knocked some other ones out of the way, and I just don't say that. The way we're playing it, instead of sitting here deliberating for this sort of list, spending 16 hours, whatever, on it, we have some rules to make this somewhat timely. This is why we're going to do it. So we're going to open up the Metacritics for each year. So for 2010, for example, it's the best PS3 ranked games of that year. 2011 best PS3 games, and then the last few years, obviously, it's going to be the best PS4 games. And we're going to be looking at the top 25 of that list and nothing beyond. So if a game is at number 26 that even myself or Ash want really badly, too bad. It can't. That's the rules. Top 25 only is what's going to be allowed to be picked. We're between me and Ash, we got to agree on 5 picks per year. So out of the 25 games, we're going to be picking 5 of the top 25 Metacritic highest rated games on PlayStation consoles per year. And then by the end of this episode, we will have a list of 250 million games.
We'll have 50 games, which will
if you want to do the maths, okay.
I mean, we could list 250 games.
That's how we're going to go. So, let us begin. So, the first year that we're going to be looking at is 2010. And I think what would be best to make it easy for those playing along at home to understand is I'm going to read the top 25, I think. So, I'll read the top 25 and then we're going to
Yep.
I think we should just take in turns. So I'll say what I think should be pick. You should say what you think would be pick. Say what you think. And then maybe everything's happy Larry. We're like, that's it. Lock those 5 in, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm like, you're a fucking psychopath. And
I feel like it's just going to be me agreeing with you.
No, look, you stand your ground, all right? Stand your ground. So for 2010, the top games are Red Dead Redemption, God of War 3, Super Street Fighter 4, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, Rock Band 3, MLB 10 The Show, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, FIFA Soccer 11, NBA 2K11, NHL 11, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, Bioshock 2, Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam, Monkey Island 2 Special Edition LeChuck's Revenge, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare Pack, Heavy Rain, BlazBlue Continuum Shift, Bayonetta, DJ Hero 2, and Joe Danger. So they are your top 25 highest ranked according to Metacritic games of 2010. Now I'm just going to start from... I'll say here's the one that's... Out of that whole list, the one that automatically I was like, this game definitely has to be on the list, is Battlefield Bad Company 2. What?
Yeah, okay.
What?
I know it's a good game. I remember seeing the box art is very memorable. It's the one with the grenade with the smiley face on.
That was the first one, but
or is that the first Bad Company?
But both Bad Companies.
Yep, super memorable.
Both Bad Companies are the ones I played. Probably the Battlefield games I played the most. So they're soft spot straight away there. What stood out to you that you think should definitely be on the list?
Red Dead Redemption, the first Red Dead Redemption. That has to be on the list. Easy.
All right. Well, I won't argue now. We'll see how we go. See, once we fill spots, then I'm like, no, you need to delete Red Dead. Then we'll. That's when we start running into problems, I think. So if I go back up, I'm just going to work my way through it. No. All right, I'm going to say Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. Actually, that is, out of all the Pac-Man variations, the Pac-Man game I have played the most of ever. So, what's your next one?
I haven't played many of these, but I'd probably have to say out of that list, the ones that I would think would be in the top 50, BioShock 2.
I mean, yeah. I'm surprised you haven't picked any of these fucking sport shit so far.
No, I feel like you can't pick any of them because they're always iterated on.
Well, you're going to have a different one the next year. The
2019 ones are going to be the better version. So I'm going to avoid.
All right, I'm going to say
sports games in general.
For my last pick, and this would be the fifth one, and then we'll switch around year by year so we get different picks about. I'm going to say Bayonetta. No?
I mean, I know you love Bayonetta, but I'd so closely associate with that with Nintendo now. I know, even though that originally came out on Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, what else do you think stands out here?
I would say Heavy Rain.
But let's clarify. This list is not we're not.
I'm not just saying that to get your Bayonetta love.
Well, I tried to play Heavy Rain.
No.
What, 2 years ago? Something like that. I didn't like it. I'm not making a list here of games that everyone else loves. I'm picking the shit I like.
Yeah.
And you can be, but Dylan, how can you make a PlayStation best games of the fucking decade without Heavy Rain? I can because I'm the one making it. Do you love Heavy Rain?
Not
then why are you picking it?
Content.
You're just trying to play into the fucking. You're trying to play to the devil's hand over here. Is what you're doing. Look, what else? If you don't want Bayonetta on there, what else stands out to you personally on this list?
No, that's fine. You can put Bayonetta.
You want fucking DJ Hero 2,
God of War 3? I don't know.
I didn't like that.
But I feel like it's been surpassed.
Didn't play it.
Yeah, it's fine. Put Bayonetta on the list. It's all good.
Yeah, see, score for me. Get fucked. All right, so let's move on to the next year now. We've got 2011. So this is PS3 game still. The list is Batman Arkham City, Portal 2, Mass Effect 2, The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, The Eco and Shadow of Colossus Collection, Little Big Planet 2, NBA 2K12, FIFA Soccer 12, MLB 11 The Show, Limbo, Deus Ex The Human Revolution, LA Noire, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, Dead Space 2, Dark Souls, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Dirt 3, Rayman Origins, NLH 12, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition, Plants vs. Zombies, Battlefield 3, Crisis 2, Trine 2. They are your top 25 for this list. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go first this time. What do you want
to? Batman Arkham City.
So start right at the top. That's well. I can't argue with. I can't argue with that one, to be honest. So I feel like that's a for sure lock in. That's hard. I mean, I don't kind of just want to go in order, but maybe I do just go in order, and by that I mean, Paul too. Let's just go in order. So you literally pick the highest ranked one for the year, and I'll go just straight below it. Paul too. Can't argue with the Metacritic score for these ones actually. What do you reckon next?
Uncharted 3. Needs to be on the
we're
list.
just putting in the top 5 at this point, but
Yeah.
This year's a lot better than last year, I would say so far.
Easily.
All right, so okay.
I mean, to put it in perspective, Infamous 3 is outside the list. Infamous 2, I mean, is outside. Crazy, because it's like one of the best PlayStation games, arguably. This
is a hard one.
So,
some of my there's a lot below that 25 actually that I would have picked. Damn it! Why did I make the rule? All right, so I'm going with Dead Space 2. That has to get in here, 100%.
Oof,
one of the best games of all the time.
I would say Skyrim. I mean, how could you do a list of the top 50 and not have Skyrim?
Let me ask you this question. Knowing that, I don't actually know 100% for sure, but assuming that the remakes in the top 25 for one of the years, are you going to end up picking it twice, or are you just going to click this version?
No, I think I'll just stick with this version.
Okay, so if it comes up again, we're not we're just staying away from it.
Yeah, I guess. What year did it come out on PS4?
I don't know. Every year.
No,
did it not? I mean, so that would make our. So if you put in Skyrim, that would be the 5.
Well, what did you put against?
I don't know. I'm just checking if there's anything else here that I would argue. So if we Mass Effect 2 would obviously is. Yeah, see, this is the problem, isn't it? I'm like, Mass Effect 2 deserves to be on the list, but then when I look at what we've picked so far, I'm like, but I don't want to delete anything for it. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything better than what we've got. No. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we need 6 positions. Let's just change the rules.
No.
I think that's what we need to do. No, we'll go with that then. All right. So, yeah, the 5 for 2011 will be Batman Arkham City, Portal 2, Uncharted 3, Dead Space 2, and Skyrim. And that year was fucking stacked, though, just looking at that Metacritic, to be honest. I was like, what the fuck? Moving on to 2012 then. The list is as follows. Mass Effect 3, Journey, Borderlands 2, Far Cry 3, Okami HD, NBA 2K13, XCOM, Enemy Unknown, Dishonored, FIFA Soccer 13, The Walking Dead Episode 5, No Time Left, Max Payne 3, The Walking Dead Episode 3, Long Road Ahead, MLB 12 The Show, UFC Disputed 3, Zen Pinball 2, Persona 4 Arena, Assassin's Creed 3, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Need for Speed Most Wanted, a Criterion game. What the fuck? I didn't know that was the full fucking title for that game. What the fuck? The Walking Dead Episode 1 and New Day, Walking Dead Episode 2, Starved for Help, Darksiders 2, NHL 13, Sound Shapes, NHL 13. Madden NFL 13, sorry. That is your top 25. So I will go first.
Can I just say, can we cheat
and
put The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
First season.
But then once we start doing this is going to become really complicated to do the maths. Because if I put all of those, because 4 out of 5 episodes are in the top 5 here, right? So if I knock those out, do you want to extend the count by 4?
I mean, if you want to.
All right, so let's just do it. And then I might regret this later. So then we'll add Sound Shapes. No, hold on. We'll add Ratchet and Clank Collection, Sin Mora, Sleeping Dogs, and Hitman Absolution. So that's now our top 25 if we move all those Walking Dead episodes into one thing. Yeah. And I think, just to get out of the way, let's just add The Walking Dead, I guess. Like there's no way around it. So yeah, The Walking Dead Telltale's The Walking Dead season 1. What do you reckon?
I would then put Journey on the list.
Journey? Which one you played last year?
Yeah.
This is one of those things where you can just look at the list and depending on people, there's going to be like such different picks and stuff. Because I'm like Borderlands 2's here, and obviously it's the third highest ranked game this year. But I'm just like, I didn't play it, don't care. What like funny. But then there's random picks where I'm like, do I want to pick that, or am I just being like a Dylan about the situation? But, no, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Far Cry 3, the most underrated Far Cry game, and I kind of wish they'd made more in the style. Not the most underrated, the most loved. Sorry, I said the wrong one. The most loved Far Cry game that kicked off the style of all.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of boring, but at the time, it was the first of its kind, I guess. So, what do you want to go with next?
I'll go with XCOM.
Did you actually play that?
That's
on
where
PS3?
I first played it. I played it on PS3. Yeah.
Oh shit! All right. I always wondered what it.
Maybe it was PS4. I can't remember. It was definitely on console.
No,
it was PS3. I've got the disc.
It's definitely on console because it's listed here.
No, I could have played it on PC.
Oh, you mean you definitely played it on console?
No, I played it on console. Yeah.
All right. So my last one here. So this definitely isn't as bad as the year before, but there are a few. There's one standout, and it's light at the top here, but I just want to double check that there's no like random hidden thing I'm missing here. There's a lot of stuff of similar quality, I guess, which I'd group together. Like I'd kind of put my Dishonored, my Akami HD, my Assassin's Creed 3, fuck that. Dark Sound Shapes, all this Ratchet and Clank collection. These are all great games, but definitely last one I feel like has to go to Mass Effect 3. There's nothing else on there that stands out above that to me.
Did Mass Effect 2 really come out, or Mass Effect 3 really come out a year
It's
after
because Mass Effect 2 was originally Xbox exclusive thing, and then
Xbox.
when it was the third one was coming to PlayStation, they did the whole like they released the second one with their.
See, now I don't feel bad about not including it last year.
It was still a massive game and whatever, but 2012 list is, unless you want to, do you have any random arguments about?
I mean, I have a soft spot for Sleeping Dogs, but I imagine Mass Effect 3 is like a bigger thing. Even though looking at that user score,
you can swap Sleeping Dogs for something else.
No, it's fine.
But no, you can Mass Effect staying, get fucked. So our 2012 list is The Walking Dead Season 1, Journey, Far Cry 3, XCOM, Enemy Unknown is the thing, right? That's what I've wrote down. I was going off the top of my head. No? Is it just called X1? XCOM? Whatever, it doesn't matter. XCOM.
XCOM and Enemy Unknown, it doesn't matter.
And Mass Effect 3 is the final one there. So moving on to 2013, we are now in the last of the PS3 days. This is the last year.
The last of us,
yeah. Literally here in a second. So the list of games for this year are Grand Theft Auto 5, The Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, Rayman Legends, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Tomb Raider, MLB 13 The Show, Hotline Miami, Bit Trip Presents Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien, Minecraft PlayStation 3 Edition, Diablo 3, Rocksmith 2014 edition, FIFA 14, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, The Wolf Among Us Episode 1. Now, if that's the only one that's here, we'll just leave it as it is, but otherwise, we may have to do something just to make it better. Brothers: A Tale's Two Sons, DMC Devil May Cry, Guacamelee, NBA 2K14, Lone Survivor Director's Cut, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, Dungeons & Dragons Chronicles of Mysteria, Skylanders SWAT Force, Spelunky, and Lego Marvel Superheroes. So we're gonna leave the Wolf Among Us as one episode and not say it's just for the entire thing, because the Walking Dead one made sense. It was 4 out of 5 episodes. It's like, come on, let's just fucking add that together.
Yeah.
Well, let's get it out of the way. Last of Us. Well, yeah. No, you know what I'm saying? We put The Last of Us on, then we're ignoring the remastered. Do I leave it?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I feel like it's both.
You know,
it's how it was initially put out.
Yeah, but if I mean, there's two ways to look at it. It's like you're picking it.
We haven't put a re-release on this list yet. So.
All right, yeah, no, fuck it. All right, so let's put it in. First game, Last of Us. What do you want next?
Second game, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Second game, Grand Theft Auto 5. This year's by the way, looking at this year, right? 2013 PS3's last year. This is the kind of year that we're coming into next year, 2020.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't realize just how many big games are often released in the last year of a console's life cycle, really. Fucking shit, massive shit in here. All right, so I'm going to go Hotline Miami.
Oof.
No?
No, it's just, interesting.
I
list.
love Hotline Miami, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I can come back and change it if I really want to change it. What would you want next? We've got 2 spots left.
I would say Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider? Yeah.
Yeah.
Original reboot to restart the whole thing. Tomb Raider. So now it gets hard.
Yeah.
This is now where it's like, because there's a bunch of stuff of once again like kind of similish quality.
Yeah.
So like the thing, Black Flag's on here, right? I played Black Flag as a PS4 game, so I definitely wouldn't pick it as a PS3 game because I didn't pick it up day one. I did the whole I will just wait, and I'll see how it. I'm willing to wait X amount of months as it was, which I'm pretty sure this same sort of thing is going to happen with the next generation. Maybe I'll end up just having to wait for certain games. BioShock Infinite, to be honest, I did not finish because I got bored playing it. I was enjoying the story and I actually just went on YouTube and I watched how it finished because I found the combat so repetitive and just boring. And I kind of got sick of playing it. So that's my BioShock Infinite story.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's blasphemous to say. Tomb Raider, obviously.
Well, I'll put it out there. My pick would be Ni no Kuni.
Yeah, it's...
Even though, I didn't finish that, but I was like pretty much up to the end by the time I wore myself out.
Yeah, I didn't finish it either, but I'm still a big fan of it, I guess. Well, not fan, like supporter. I don't know. Like, can I be a fan if I didn't finish it? Here's my shortlist. I got Ni no Kuni, Wolf Among Us,
Episode
1, or Diablo. They'd be like, oh, Diablo PS3, blah blah blah, like it's a PC game, or maybe, but you know.
I'll also check out. I played a hell of a lot of Lego Marvel Superheroes.
It's funny how that's in the top 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Ni no Kuni. I think it has to be Ni no Kuni.
All right.
Just had to put your thinking cap on for that one. All right, so moving on to next year, 2014, the start of the next generation. Now, you will notice that the start of this list is very similar to what I read, and it is a new recording. The podcast hasn't glitched. Grand Theft Auto 5, The Last of Us Remastered, Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition, Rayman Legends, Fez, Dragon Age Inquisition, Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition, Towerfall Ascension, Velocity 2X, Final Fantasy 14 Online, A Realm Reborn, Resogun Heroes, Super Mega Baseball, Rogue Legacy, Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions, Far Cry 4, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, Guilty Gear X Third, Zen Pinball 2 South Park Super Sweet Pinball, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey New and Tasty, Transistor, Metro Redux, and The Swapper. Where do you want to start?
Oof. I'm going to start with the game that I probably played the most on my PlayStation, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Huge Binding of Isaac fan. To the point that you talked about it one podcast once, and then Nick listened to it, and then he posted about Binding of Isaac in our Slack and was like, Ash, you're a huge fan, aren't you? And he was like, nah, I just play it a lot.
Yeah, I played it a lot.
It's so fun because this list, I'm like, it's just so much. I really hope next generation isn't super similar to this, to be honest. This is just so much like repetitive shit, really.
What? Just a bunch of ports?
Yeah, a bunch of ports or re shit, whatever. The first game that stood out to me, Rogue Legacy. Absolutely love Rogue Legacy.
Gonna say that, yeah.
Played the fuck out of it. One of my proudest platinums, so I'm gonna have to go with that.
Jesus.
Gonna have to go with Rogue Legacy. What stands out to you next?
Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah. I mean, out of the whole list is one of the standout original games of the year.
Original games, yeah. Introduced the Nemesis system that nobody seems to have copied.
No one at all. Tried. All right. See, there are some good like smaller games in here. You know, like you got Transistors, and as I just mentioned, obviously Rogue Legacies, and you got like Fez and all this. And another one of the games that stands out to me, and I think I'm going to have to pick it because I own a giant poster for the game that was hanging up in my house, is Velocity 2X. Did you ever see this? Okay.
No.
Jeez, come on, Ash. What are you doing? It was a sequel to a Vita, PSP game, whatever it was. Maybe it was a mini. Fuck, I don't remember. But it's basically like at certain points of the game, you play as a ship, and you got to go through these levels really fast. But as mechanic, where you can kind of zip between different lanes and stuff. And then there was like levels where you played as the main the girl that's inside the ship, and it was kind of like these runner levels where you had to like quickly press like up, down, and switch between things. And it's hard to explain, but it has an absolutely fantastic art style, which is why I brought a giant fucking poster that I framed and hung up in my house because I love the art style, and the music's really great as well, and it stands out on this list to me. So, what would your last pick from this list be then?
I don't really know. Yeah, nothing's really calling out to me. Like Guacamelé's in the thinking, Fez.
See,
I'm not sure.
I would kind of narrow it down to Rayman Legends, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Rayman Legends, yeah.
Or Resogun? Transistor? Yeah, I guess like those three.
Yeah.
Rayman Legends, Dragon Age Inquisition, or Transistor. Yeah, no, go with those, but I don't know. Let's see. I think I would probably go. I think Rayman Legends, like that kind of kickstarted Rayman like main property again with these side-scrolling like art style, and
it gave Ubisoft a platformer, and now they're making millions on Rayman Run.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know, they rebooted Rayman, and then we got Rabbids.
Yeah. Now they got Rabbids. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Without Rabbid, there's no Rabbids.
So looking at 2014 list, The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, Rogue Legacy, Middle of Earth, Shadow of Mordor, Velocity 2X, and Rayman Legends is our list there. So moving on to 2015. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Journey, Bloodborne, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Shovel Knight, Tales from the Borderlands Episode 5, The Vault of the Traveler, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Hero, Hearts of Stone, Bastion, Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, The Talos Principle, Bloodborne, The Old Hunters, Batman Arkham Knight, Pro Evolution Soccer 2016, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, NBA 2K16, Fallout 4, Uncharted, The Nathan Drake Collection, Tales from the Borderlands, a Telltale game series. I'm going to plus one. Final Fantasy 14 Heaven Sword, Destiny the Taken King, Oli Oli 2 Welcome to Hollywood, Life is Strange, Rocket League, Resogun Defenders, Super Meat Boy, Axiom Verge. So I went to 26 because fuck that one random episode. Let's just count the full thing.
The whole thing.
Who went? So you went Binding.
I went first.
I'll go Well, yeah, there's no fuck. I think people should know there's a couple of things that stand out to me. There's two games in here that I would say are two of the best games of the last. It answers the question. It literally of the list. If you're like, what are some of the best games of the decade? I think there are several in this list that would be once we work it down to like if this is a short list. I honestly feel like there are several in this year alone that I would be arguing that would be top 10 easily. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But I'll start with Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
I would say Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but it's hard to argue against the what it is.
I feel like for PlayStation as well.
Yeah, massive.
It like blew
massive.
up. It was a huge game for PlayStation, even though all they did was put on PS Plus.
Sometimes all you got to do is put something on PS Plus.
Is give it to people for free.
I'll go with Bloodborne next.
I would say Fallout 4.
All right, so I'm gonna, without even looking at the list again, I'm just going to write down what I'd say the next one is, which is Witcher 3. Now I'll go back to the list and see if there's anything else I need to argue about here. See, this year is pretty fucked.
Pretty tough. Shovel Knight, Arkham Knight.
Now, I may want to tell you,
Life is Strange.
I'm going to argue here that there's stuff here more important than Fallout 4. And there's stuff here I may want to get rid of Rocket League for as well, to be honest, now that I'm back looking at it. Rocket League's fine and everything, and if it was creating a list, what the fuck is the word? Like not our opinion, like more of a fuck. Yeah. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. If it was doing that sort of list, then I would be like, yes, Rocket League has to be here, because it's important to the PlayStation brand. What kind of list I'm doing? I'm trying to do what we think, personally.
And I think Rocket League needs to be on that list.
Well, let me start with trying to get rid of your Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was a buggy fucking mess. All right, you want to try and tell me that wasn't?
Yeah. Okay, which game do you most want to swap out Fallout 4 for?
Several. let me read games I still would like to add. So what I'd like to add still. Now, obviously I can't get them all, but I'm just reading from top to bottom here.
Yeah.
I would love to get Bastion on here. Bastion is absolutely amazing. I would actually...
But that's a re-release. It came out several years ago.
But that was Xbox though. This is its first release on PlayStation.
Was it? Well, then that even makes it even more not worthy of being on a PlayStation list.
So then I would add... So you got Tales from Borderlands.
Yeah.
And Life is Strange is probably the one I most want to replace Fallout 4 with.
I would be comfortable with Life is Strange.
So we can swap Fallout for Life is... Okay, I'm locking in. Life is Strange.
Okay.
And I can't sway you from this Rocket League shenanigans.
No.
I mean, maybe I'll be fine to leave it now. Maybe after I get rid of... Maybe now that I've got Life is Strange, I'm not feeling so bad. Let me just... I mean, Rocket League for Tales, probably no. For bad. It's. I think if I would get rid of it for Tales, but I'll let you have this way. It's not a big enough gap. Like I feel like
I love Tales, but I think Rocket League is such it's still a staple 4 years on.
I guess
there's more people playing it now than there was 4 years ago, which is pretty much
people are still playing Borderlands.
Not Tales of the Borderlands. Can you even buy Tales of the Borderlands at the moment?
Technically, Ash, they're all Tales of the Borderlands.
No, well, those specific Tales of the Borderlands.
Okay, sorry. But without that game, we wouldn't have had about 16 stories to talk about on Arcade Couch about Troy Baker.
Yeah.
So, Sorry. Jesus Christ! All right.
Thanks, Siri.
Let's...
Siri wants to get her opinion in too.
know what the fuck her problem is. Let's go. So a list for 2015 fun list was Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, Rocket League, Bloodborne, Life is Strange, and Witcher 3. So the three titles I was saying I think are top 10 for decade is Metal Gear Solid, Bloodborne, and Witcher 3. Straight away, if I was thinking of a list off the top of my head without even going over what we're doing now, they would be three games. I'm like tick tick tick. You know, like they're all from the same year, so that's kind of shocking. Moving on to 2016. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine, Inside, Overwatch, Res Infinite, Titanfall 2, Dark Souls 3, Battlefield 1, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration, NBA 2K17, Dishonored 2, Keep Talking and Nobody's Head Explodes. Or nobody explodes. Sorry, I added in the part about the head, but that's fine. If your whole body explodes, your head probably explodes.
I'm sure the head would explode.
Your head probably explodes as well, let's be honest. XCOM 2, The Witness. Odin's the Lefthyther? Stardew Valley. Guilty Gear 3rd Relevator. Dirt Rally. Crypto Necrodancer. Doom. Pro Evolution Soccer 2017. Assault Android Cactus. Mortal Kombat XL, Ratchet and Clank, and MLB The Show 16. Where do you want to start?
I know it's 24, but I'm going to start with Ratchet and Clank. That needs to be on the list.
Put it there. I mean, I'm a big fan, but I'm also like, you put that in first, and I'm like, sure, it's a remake. Is that really what we're going to do? But all right. Well, I'm just going to chuck on the big boy. Uncharted 4.
Okay.
That has to be here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who to put next. Nothing really is standing out. Yeah, those are the two that I was set on going in, so I mean probably I was gonna say Overwatch, but I feel like that's not really a PlayStation game. It's such a PC orientated.
This year has a lot of stuff that I know people love that I'm not a big fan of, like for The Witness, for example.
Same.
Dark Souls 3, which I thought was fine.
Or Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley, which I've never played. Inside, I've never played. Overwatch, I'm not a big fan of. Titanfall 2, I never played. There's lots of games on here I never played, to be honest. What the fuck was I doing this year?
I know.
I have no idea. I have no idea, to be honest. All right. Well, if you can't think, I'll check out what I'd go with next, which is Doom.
Doom.
And then, so it is a hard one. And this is what I'm saying. If we're doing a list, this list is going to be way different because people are like, oh, The Witness, fucking Dark Souls, fucking Overwatch. Nah.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I don't want to hear this shit. I will say, or highly suggest, I reckon, no, I'll go Res, honestly. And not for but solely I'm putting it in as one of the best PSVR games, basically. Yeah. There's one more left. Do you have anything else that stands out?
Not really.
What the fuck was you doing this year?
I don't know. Yeah, not playing old games, I guess.
Apparently, yeah. Yeah, and I'm not gonna. I refuse to put on stuff that we haven't played. Like, I'm sure The Witness is great, but I haven't played it. I can't in confidence put it. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it in because people love it. Apparently, So I don't think that's gonna work at all. I guess, even though I haven't finished it, but I have played it and started it. I've seen enough people play it. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I guess that's by default.
Well, you've started that one as well, so
yeah.
At least we've both started it.
I feel like this is the first one that's going to get dropped if we whittle this down.
Yeah. that year's a bit of a mess, to be honest. But let's say 2016 was Ratchet & Clank, Uncharted 4, Doom, Res Infinite, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Because apparently me and Ash were not playing video games that year. I don't know what the fuck.
Poor. That's what it was.
What was going on? So moving on to 2017, here's your games. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, Persona 5, Undertale, Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood, Horizon Zero Dawn, What Remains of Edith Finch, Nier Automata, Next Machine, A Death Machine, Neo, Injustice 2, Night in the Woods, Akami HD, Zero Escape, the Nonary games, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, F1 2017, Thimbleweed Park, Final Fantasy 13, The Zodiac Age, Sonic Mania, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Guilty Gear Rev 2, Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition, Neo Bloodshed's End, SteamWorld Dig 2, Final Fantasy 9, and Ys 8, The Lacrimosa of Dana. What the fuck? All right, this year's a bit better. I got options, you know? Like
I just thought, yeah. The other thing about that year, it might just be that our games didn't review well, that we liked.
Yeah, that was...
It could have been further down the list.
They could have been, like, I definitely don't feel like I took a year off, but apparently I just didn't play all the popular shit, you know?
Yeah.
And also I wasn't podcasting and whatever else. So I probably felt less obligated to try and play stuff and have opinions on shit and whatever else. All right, so I'm going to put this one on. That's my first suggestion. You can argue that it's not a PlayStation game, but it's where I played it. It was the Vita, so I'm going to say Undertale. Yeah.
Undertale? Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Good. You bloody well better be. What's your first one?
Persona 5.
Yeah. Didn't see that coming.
Shocking. Yeah. I haven't been brainwashed or anything.
Not at all.
Dash.
I did not. I played it on PC, but it's one of those games where it's like, what's the difference between PC or PS4? The only reason I played it there was because it was cheaper at the time. What Remains of Edith Finch?
Yeah. Solid game. Important. I feel like it was pushed by PlayStation. So
it was, but
it was shown at like their showcase and that kind of thing.
I never played it at release because of whatever reason, you know. And then when we got around to I played it because it was getting well reviewed and whatever else. And it's like, oh, I should play it before we vote for Game of the Year's stuff that year. And it was like, I really want to play it. It looked on Steam and it was like fucking $10 or $12 versus PlayStation for $30 or whatever. I was like, well, you know, like it doesn't have a platinum. What would your next pick be?
Horizon
Zero Dawn. You know, close but not far. Game of the Year winner at all the places. Horizon Zero Dawn. So the last one. So it always gets hard when you get down to the last one because I'm like, there's a lot of stuff of similar sort of quality-ish in my brain, or similar sort of, pick that I want. There's also a few fucking... I just realized this year that is when they started putting out all these Final Fantasy remake things. It's like they put out the Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, plus Final Fantasy 9 in the same year, and they both got in the top thing here. So I forgot it. So I never played Nier. Still haven't played Nier, which is shocking because I loved the first game. You're like, there's a first game? Dear listeners, yes, there's a game simply called Nier. That was what the first game was called. It was on PS3. I quite enjoyed it. Never played Neo. I never played Injustice 2. Never played Night in the Woods. Played Kami. See, the one thing I'm hanging on, I think, is something I only played this year, which would be Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. That's what I'm thinking. I only played it this year, but I was quite surprised with how much I enjoyed that game. So Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, not much on that list.
No, I don't think nothing else that we need to go back over, I don't think. So 2017, Undertale, Persona 5, What Remains of Edith Finch, Horizon Zero Dawn, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. And now we move on over to 2018.
I just say I'm surprised Hellblade's so low on this list of Metacritic.
What's its Metascore?
It's at 80. 81.
Yeah, see, the reason I thought in my brain, because originally I was like, oh, let's just open up the Metacritics and we'll like, as like a good way to have a list of games in front of us. And I was like, we'll just scroll up and down, but I'm like, no, that'll be way too confusing. And, it'll take hours probably, we'll be spending so long going back and forth. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I would love for 2017. Obviously, I'd knock out several things there to put Hellblade. It was my personal game of that year. But, put the rules in for a reason. Makes for a, bit of fun. 2018. You have, as I get the thing properly up, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition, Shadow of the Colossus, Celeste, Monster Hunter World, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Mega Man 10 Legacy Collection, Tetris Effect, Injustice 2 Legendary Edition, Batman The Enemy Within Episode 5, Same Stitch, Owlboy, Dead Cells, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Marvel's Spider-Man, Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom, Sonic Mania Plus, Beat Saber, Dragon Quest 11, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition, DJ Max Respects, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition, and Moss. A lot of VR stuff. Lots of VR
Yeah,
stuff.
it was a good year last year.
Good year last year. This stuff stands out more because it was literally last year.
It's recent.
A lot more recent. So your pick first, if you want to kick off where we go with this thing.
It's got to be the Explosion Network game of 2018, Marvel's Spider-Man.
This is one of those things as well where I hate to spoil it for people, but I highly doubt, unless Ash throws a fucking spanner in the works here, that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to get picked here.
No, sorry.
Yeah, so now there's a few here, but I think I will, if you're going to start your pick with Explosion Network's Game of the Year 2018, I'm going to go with Dylan Blight's Game of the Year 2018, and I'm going to pick Tetris Effect.
Yeah.
What's next?
I have to go God of War.
God of War, okay. The actual Game of the Year. There we go. Explosion Network Game of the Year, Dylan Blight's Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Game of the Year.
And the Game Awards
Game of the Year. Which I guess is the closest official-ish one. If every fucking website does Game of the Year, it's like, what one is actually, I guess, that one. So now I've got a lot of choices. now I've got a lot of choices here that I'd like to go with. A lot of VR stuff I'd like to go with.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Celeste.
Okay.
One.
I was going to pick Celeste as well. So
one spot left. Where do you reckon it goes? Be careful.
I feel like it's either Astrobot or Beat Saber. Even though I want it to be Batman the Enemy Within, but I feel like that's mostly a 2017 game.
This is hard. Between Beat Saber and Astrobot, it's quite hard. I've played Beat Saber the most, but for some reason, simply because I think like as a singular package and like just game from start to finish, how much fun and enjoyment I had and whatever else, I want to pick Astrobot. Do you think?
Right. Astrobot it is.
Yeah.
No, I understand the logic. I mean, we've seen copies of Beat Saber already. We haven't seen anything like Astrobot and VR yet.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like Beat Saber's like, it's still going and whatever else, and we still play it, and DLC continues coming up. But it's like Astrobot, thinking back. It's one package, start to finish, fantastic. So our 2018 list, unless you think there's any arguments for changes or anything.
No, I think we nailed it.
Nailed it. Marvel Spider-Man, Tetris Effect, God of War, Celeste, and Astrobot Rescue Mission. So now we'll do 2019. And of course, remember that this won't have Death Stranding or whatever else will probably end up in here by the end of the year. Too bad. So Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers, Nier Automata Game of the Year Edition, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Apex Legends, Devil May Cry 5, Slay the Spire, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Steins Gate Elite, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered, Feel Seal Arbiter's Mark. What the fuck? MLB The Show 19. Sayonara Wild Hearts. Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Dirt Rally 2.0. F1 2019. Wargroove. Far. Lone Sales. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Kingdom Hearts 3. Crash Team Racing Nitro Field. No Man's Sky Beyond. The Walking Dead The Telltale Definitive Series. And The Division 2. It's obviously Sekiro because you know how much
YouTube.com/explosion. Give us some likes on that one, please.
Still getting hate comments about that damn video. This is a hard one, honestly. The one that probably just jumped out at me the most reading through it, that I was like, yeah, probably that one. Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I was going to say Kingdom Hearts as well. So
Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah.
I feel like, yeah, especially it was beginning of the year. It was like the big game. I think it was probably the biggest game of the year so far.
Yeah, and also
like, hype-wise,
one of my most anticipated games of probably my life. I don't know if it lived up to the hype, but
yeah,
still.
You've bought 2 consoles to play it. Well, I guess 3 if you include the Pro. So. My pick would be Apex Legends.
Yeah, sure. Got to be honest, there's not much standing out in this list this year.
No, it's not. I feel like the second half.
Once again, some of my most favorite games of the year are below the mark here.
Line.
Yeah, but that's part of the fun. So
it's part of yours.
There are a couple here that you could go with, though. I think I'll go. Yeah, fuck it. I'll go with it. Crash Team Racing. Live up to my meme. What do you reckon's next?
I don't know. I've only played 2 other games on this list, and I don't think either would be on the top 5.
If I go down and like kind of shortlist the shortlisting system here, I guess I could put Sekiro on. Obviously, I think Sekiro is a fantastic game. I've said that even when I
you don't.
Even when I credit.
No, you didn't. You said I quit. I hate it. It's terrible. Well. They poorly designed it.
As much as I criticize the stuff, I still think it's a fantastic game. Slay the Spire's good from what I've played. Steins Gate Elite is basically just Steins Gate, just remastered, and I've played that. So we could do a remastered, but don't really feel I want to do that. Sayonara Wild Hearts, although I haven't finished it quite yet. That is very good. Wargroove you've played. And then No Man's Sky's Beyond is a potential. And the Division 2, obviously I've played, but I don't think it's... I'd be putting on the shortlist just to make an easy delete later kind of thing, you know? So I feel like I would probably put, as weird as it is...
Maybe we just leave it blank for now, and then, you know, we can come back to this later in the year and figure it out.
Figure out the final...
Definitive.
The final slot. We could redo it. Or what? Well, okay, we'll leave that. Then let me ask you this: we'll finish up this properly, but let's just kind of go over if we was doing it today.
Yeah,
and we won't do it a definitive list. This is what I'll do to save that for another episode. So at another time, at the end of the year or early next year, I guess would make more sense. We'll come finish off the 2019 stuff. And we will go over this Metacritic shortlist and sort it into a list that we both are happy with and agree with to a top 25. Now, if I was asking you to look at this list now, in no order, so I'm just saying pick 25. They don't have to be in order. Do you want me to go first?
How am I going to count all this? I guess Red Dead, Batman Arkham City, Portal 2, Uncharted 3, XCOM, Ni no Kuni, Tomb Raider, GTA 5, Binding of Isaac, Middle-earth Shadow, Rocket League, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted 4, Persona 5, Horizon, Spider-Man, Tetris Effect, God of War, Celeste, Astrobot.
I think that's 20.
Probably. Pretty close, yeah. Something like that. Close.
I was wondering if I just like list them off how close I could get to 25. So if I just start here without even like really trying to take into account of trying to keep to it. So if I just picked what stands out to me. So if I go Battlefield Bad Company 2, Bayonetta, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, Batman Arkham City, Portal 2, Uncharted 3, Dead Space 2, Skyrim, The Walking Dead Season 1, Mass Effect 3, Hotline Miami, Rogue Legacy, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Bloodborne, Life is Strange, Witcher 3, Uncharted 4, Doom, Undertale, Horizon, Tetris Effect, Spider-Man, Celeste, Astrobot. What have I got? One left?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yes, it would be hard.
It was all easy until that last one, huh?
Well, I was going all right. Yeah, fuck it. So that's a podcast. I didn't know, which is fine because I literally pitched it as, well, let's just get on and do this and see what happens. We now have a short list that we will return to in the early of next year, and we'll finish up, or maybe just redo since we only picked 3 games, really, if we want to. We'll redo the 2019 stuff, and then we will sort that into its own thing. Maybe, or it probably doesn't need to be its own podcast. Maybe we'll just do it as it'll probably just be a segment on a quiet week, I think, at the start of next year. That'll probably make sense since...
Yeah, there'll be nothing on beginning next year.
Since that won't take as long as what the rest of us did. I hope that was somewhat enjoyable for something different.
I tell you what, I'm really glad this episode's coming out after PAX, so we don't have to hear all the people getting angry at us the games we haven't played.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, calm down. Take chill, Bill.
Yeah, where is the witness?
Where's the fucking witness?
Game of the generation.
I know the witness. It's Mad Max. Witness me.
Oh, where was Mad Max on the list? That was a great game.
Bloody letdown. All right, so thank you for listening, everyone. You can follow me on Twitter, of course, at Vivaladil, Vivaladil. You can follow Ash on Twitter at Ashley Hobby, ASHLEYHABLEY. You can follow this show on Twitter at Platt Podcast. How about the show by giving us a review, tweeting out any of the above, or going over to Apple Podcasts and writing a review there, giving it a 5-star rating. Helps out the show a lot. Thank you very much. You can join our Discord to chat to us about games, ask for trophy tips, or send in questions and or topics like this weird topic, I guess. At explosionnetwork.com/Discord. And this is, of course, a product of the Explosion Network, of which you can find many more shows, articles, news, reviews at explosionnetwork.com, including all of our PAX coverage, which would be up now. You know, PAX was just, you're listening to this on day of release, then PAX was just on over the weekend. Go check out what we did. I'm sure it was great. You can follow the Explosion Network on Twitter at ExplosionPod. And until next week, remember that every trophy counts.